going to be the Padlet Professional Development. We had a great session on Friday, and now I want to insert the web recording to help with getting started or with some advanced features. If you go up to the website bar, you're going to type in padlet.com, hit return. Now mine probably will log right in. You may have to log in, but you're going to log in with your Lester credentials. When you enter the home screen, you'll see your name up here. You may see Padlets here. You may not if it's your first one. And I'm just going to walk you through the options here. Up at the top, we're going to come back to this, but make a Padlet is how you start to create your Padlet. Join a Padlet. If somebody else made a Padlet and sent you a code, you can put that code in here. By selecting it, you could put either the website or the code in, and you can join it. And then this gallery feature allows you to see other Padlets that have already been made. You can look through here. These are already pre-made. You can make a copy of them if you like them, and then create your own, or just get some other ideas. And that's in the gallery feature. This little Padlet word up in the left side is always going to take you back home. And this is the home screen. On the left side, you're going to see the words made. These are the ones that you have made already. Sometimes people share Padlets with you. I had a few that are shared with me. You can like some and they would show up here. I don't have any right now. You can actually archive some as well. If you have made some and just don't want them on your main screen, you can put them in archives. And here was one I did with a 4th grade class. We put that, I just archived it. I didn't need it in an active learning for my professional development session. We put it in here. And also on the left, you can make folders if you would like to create folders, very much like Drive. I do not have any, but you can make folders and put Padlets in there. So I'm going to go back to recents and I'm going to make a Padlet. So when you select make a Padlet, it's going to give you multiple options. A wall Padlet is going to be just a blank screen, and you can add essentially digital sticky notes. Canvas, as you can see here, you can group different ideas, photos, videos together. Stream looks a lot like either a Facebook or Twitter. It's just one thought streamed through. Grid is in a specific row without a header, and the reason I say that is because the shelf will have a header where you can ask questions or you can put a topic. And then the Padlet stickers or answers essentially stay in one row. Back channel is essentially kind of like a chat feature. Map is somewhat self-explanatory. It'll be a map and you can add sticky notes to different places. And then finally, timeline is you can set up a different, whatever you would like as the timeline, and it could be numbers, it could be times, it could be dates. You can then add your thoughts. I'm for today just going to make a wall just because it's the easiest to explain. So when you select a Padlet, brings you to the home screen. A background is default. I'm going to show you where you can change that. So the title will appear at the top. It could be story writing prompt. And then you can put the description here, read a chapter, and explain one problem the main character has to overcome. Something along those lines. This is going to be the Padlet address, which will show up at the top. You can also change this to something that you would like. Wallpaper, you see in the background, that's the screen. You can change this to whatever you would like, to pictures, textures, an actual wall, something basic like this, and it changes. I would recommend always using the back arrow within the tool itself, the website, not using your back key or back arrow on the website, because this keeps you within your Padlet. Color scheme, you can choose the color scheme you want. Fonts, you can choose that. If you would like, a question that's come to me, how do I know who wrote each post? If you turn this on, it'll show you who posted it, as long as they have signed in to Padlet with their Google credentials. This allows you to choose which post comes first. This option allows others to comment on somebody's Padlet. You can add likes, post. Require approval means that students' posts do not automatically appear. So you can turn that on if you like. This is one I always turn on. I don't know why it is not automatically turned on, but filter profanity. So I'm going to turn that one on. I'm actually going to turn on comments so you can see that as well. So when I hit next, it brings us to our Padlet wall. Here's the title. Here's the directions. Now, if I'd like to get back to that screen, I choose this gear right here. Lets me modify everything that I just wrote. Okay. Now, there's two ways to create your first Padlet topic or idea. You can hit the plus, or you can double click anywhere that's on the Padlet. So I'm going to hit the plus, and what you see is what a initial Padlet looks like. So you can put your title here. If you have the name on there, you could do that. Or these directions were about the main character. Let's just say it's name character is Matthew. And then the students can write answers down here. Okay, so a couple things. Within this Padlet box, you're going to see options. You can upload a folder. You can upload a file. You can add a link to an external photo, picture, news article, whatever. You can also Google something. If you select this, well, Matthew McConaughey, he might be one of the first pictures. You could put, school, that the main character is in a school. And if you select any of these photos, they'll appear down here. I'm not going to select one because then the rest of these disappear, and I want to show you what that looks like. I'll show you at the end. This allows students to take a picture of themselves, and then there's more features. So we talked about upload link, take a photo. You can have the students make a drawing. It's a very basic finger drawing, however you want them to do it, but it's all finger drawing. I'm going to close it because I don't want to save it. Do you know not saved? That's okay. Also within here, you can add a location, which means it'll GPS map it for you. We'll say Boston. And if I wanted that, it would get me a picture of Boston. I could zoom in if I wanted to. You can go through all these different features. If you hit save, it'll show up on the Padlet. Little sticky note here. You can also add a movie, voice, and screen. The reason it says not supported is because I'm actually screen recording myself right now. So I can't do two recordings at the same time. So if I wasn't doing a screen recording, these would light up, and they do work because we've tried them all out. And this is just because I'm doing a screen recording. So what I'll do is I will add a picture of something, not of Matthew McConaughey. I'll add a school, show you what that looks like. This is a pretty nice school. It shows up at the bottom. That's how that works. Now, a couple other features. So what you saw I did is I clicked off of it and it becomes live. This is where I showed you I turned on comments. If you wanted students to comment. A couple other things, there's two more features. So watch above my post. You'll see a new button, a new formatting bar. When I'm not on it, it's not there. When I appear, you can trash this. You can edit it, which means it starts over. Or there's three dots here. I can copy it. I can add color to it. Those are some features. Another feature is if you highlight any of the words, it gets me another menu. I could add bullets. I could add links to this word, bold it if I want. If I really wanted to highlight it, I could do that as well. Answer, do. Answer 2. Don't want that highlighted. Click off of it, and it becomes a note. I can move it around. I can do another one. Another character, say Beth. And, whatever you'd like that to be. Same features over here. I can upload. I can add a link. If I chose maybe where Beth lives, maybe she's from Britain, I could add that in here and it becomes a linkable feature, okay, from a different website. So essentially this is how Padlet looks. You can move things around, you can add ideas. Now, a couple other features up here. One, this is the like feature if you like it. We talked about the modify. I'm going to go to shared last. The three buttons over here allows you to invite people if you wanted to have co-collaborators. If you want to export this and make it, and you'll be able to print it, or you can just print it right from here. Printing it from here doesn't save it outside of the Padlet feature. Exporting it creates a PDF. You also can change formats. So what I mean by that is, let's say I wanted to have a different format. Say I wanted shelf. I can change this now to the shelf. See, this is a different one. So I'd have to add, the way the shelf works is that each shelf has a different title. So maybe this is main characters. So now these all stay in one place. Maybe, again, I know this is a little bit different, but settings. Then if I added an answer underneath, Boston, I can type, again, I'm just making this up, but Beth went to college in Boston. And I could even add a photo here. Doesn't like that one, so if it doesn't like it, you can hit the X, try again. I'll just select this for now and move on. All right. And then if you want to add a column, you put it here. So I wanted to show you this one as well because this is a different look. All right, so that was found in these three dots. Change format, change format. Okay. The last little bit up here is share. The share feature, this is where you can add co-collaborators. You can copy this link and either put it in, say, a Google Doc. If it was directions, click here to view the Padlet, however you would like it. QR code is one I really like. I think this is one of the most underused tools in all of educational technology because you can copy this QR code and it becomes a direct link to this. So students can take a photo of this on their phone, it goes right to it, or with a Chromebook. You can add this to a Google slide and say, here's the Padlet for whatever, and it just goes right to it. It's just something I like. If you have a blog or website, you can embed it. But if you keep coming down here, you can share this right to Google Classroom. So if you made a template, you can share it to Google Classroom and students can work on it. Again, you can save, export, whatever you would like. I'm just going to close and come back to the beginning. Now, if you are finished, when you hit this, remember the little Padlet on the left, brings you back to the beginning, and now you see that I have one here. Okay. Now these three little buttons at the top, I can add to a folder. So if I made a folder, I could do that. If I just want to put it away for now, I'm making some for later or maybe for next year, I can archive it. Or if I just don't like it anymore, I can delete it. And for the most part, that is how to use Padlet. If I want to open it back up, I double click on it. And it brings us right back to where we are. And it's pretty exciting stuff. I hope you have a chance to use it. And feel free to ask me if you have any questions moving forward.